Buckle up and get ready for a roller coaster ride of some tasteless humor, lots of heart, and radical truth with two scrappy chicks. Because adulting is hard, but we are thinking that laughing about it is just so much easier. Hey, the chicks are back. The chicks are back in town. The chicks are back in town.
Yes, we are. And here to stay.
Yeah, hope um all the moms, stepmoms, fur moms, mother figures had a wonderful Mother's Day. It was nice and relaxing for
Yes.
me, and it's been some nice weather. Yes, we've been getting the rain, which I don't mind the rain. And the thunder and the lightning, okay. I just don't like the wind and the hail and the chance for tornadoes. That's where I draw the line. So,
That's it. You have
yeah.
standards.
And I'm behind in doing my planting because I usually on Mother's Day go and get my flowers and stuff from Menards usually. And I
But this
didn't.
year,
Yeah. Well, I had a day last Sunday, Mother's Day. I was getting off the phone with you. I get out of the car to go into the store to get my script. And I'm like, why isn't my car locking? Because I left it running. And I was like, okay. So I turned off the car and then it locked. And then I go to get my script. They didn't have my updated insurance information. And it was like 98 bucks. And I was just like, yikes. And I gave him my insurance information. And I swear, I heard the girl say it only took $1 off. And I was like, ah. And I'm like, well, what about this coupon? Well, no, it will be more. And I was just like, okay, this doesn't make sense. I go, all right, well, I'm tight on funds, but she's like, do you still want it? I go, yeah, it is what it is. She rings it up and she goes, it's $1. I go, what? Yeah, it's $1. And I go, no, you said it took $1 off. She says, no, it brought it down to $1. And I go, I'm sorry. It's crazy and loud in here. I did not hear that. And you're probably like looking at me like crazy lady can't afford $1. So I'm like, that's it. I'm going home. I'm not even gonna go to Menards. And whatever next adventure was gonna happen is no. And I have not been there yet. I've had ideas of going there, but have not been there yet because I'm going to shame myself. Screwing up my foot worse, and then it radiated to my back from stepping on that stupid block 2 weeks ago at that wellness fair. I should have went um and got it looked at sooner. I did do telemed, and that's when they gave me a script, and that was helping. But it's hard when your back is like a very important part of your body. And when you have to do a physical job like
right.
me,
Without your back, there would be nobody.
yeah. No, and when you have to do a physical job like me, it sucks. And I bought this stretcher thing for the plantar fasciitis to help me. And then, don't laugh. And I mean, I would probably need it down the line anyway, so why not now? I got the this mechanism that helps you get your socks on because I could not bend to get my socks on and I didn't want to keep asking T to do it. So, but yesterday I was able to put my socks on with a little bit of pain. But what I finally did, thanks to your recommendation, is I went to the chiropractor and I told him what happened and he felt around and said, "Yeah, you're tense." And he said that's the body's mechanism to tense up like that when it's hurt. And I think he shamed me because he said I should have came there sooner.
I know, but you don't really know how seriously you're hurt, right? I feel like if it's lasting maybe more than 3, 4 days and you're not getting any relief, yeah,
Mhm.
probably time to be like,
Yeah.
time to go get seen. But initially you just want to kind of see if it'll, start to get better.
Well, because I don't know about you, but this is me. I try to solve the problem to avoid a doctor's visit.
Yes, right, of
And I think
course, because there's many, many things you can do.
yeah, we're all guilty of that, trying to resolve it because we don't want to go see the professional. And
For them to tell you, here, take a couple aspirin and go ice your back, right?
yeah, yeah, which um but with the Cairo getting it adjusted, it really helped. He said even though my back was being stubborn, it really helped. Um like right away I felt better and my instructions were to ice it 3 times a day. And then it's because I'm a side sleeper, I have one of those knee pillows, and he's like, and use that, and then do 50-50 each side. And you're to only sleep with one pillow. And then I got to go back Wednesday. Um, Probably get 2 more adjustments, and then after that, um, I will see what is the gonna be the regimen. So, but yeah, I've gone to a chiropractor before and it has helped. And like last Saturday, we didn't go out to eat because I had a hard time sitting in a chair at the table. It was like, oh my God, this
I
sucks.
know.
So doing better. It's just my sleeping is sucking lately. So if I yawn a couple of times, sorry, that's just what what it's going to be. It's not unusual that I yawn. So yeah,
No rest for
and
the weary.
yeah, yeah. Welcome to getting older when, you can't do the like from the movie
It's always something, right? I mean, seriously.
I
I
was
mean, for
thinking.
you, at least because my back was bothering me, Nicole's back was bothering her. She had to go see a chiropractor, and after like her second adjustment, she was pain free, at least for a few hours for the first
Hmm.
time in weeks.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what I did. I mean, I did change my diet and I did adjust my seat height, my chair at my desk, and now I'm completely pain free in my back. But then I think I told you, now that I'm feeling better in my knee and my back, I'm whipping around, choo choo choo, going really fast. And I think I pulled something in my foot, and I'm like, are you serious? Now this?
Yeah.
And then I was having a horrible allergic reaction around my eyes, on my neck. And I sent you pictures of it. I didn't show you my eyes though. And I think I finally figured out what it was. I was adding peanut butter as part of a protein, and I think I don't do well with peanut butter. It's not like something I've ever had every single day. So
Damn.
we'll
It's
see how
like
that goes.
what are you not allergic to?
I know. Tell me about it. I'm telling you, if anybody listening who's having issues with their gallbladder, I highly recommend getting a second, third, fourth opinion to see what you can do to help that function properly so that you don't develop stones, because I had my gallbladder out and ever since then, like my digestion was already bad, hence the bad gallbladder, the issues with the gallbladder. And ever since I had it out, it's been nothing but one thing after another, especially, sensitivities to food and everything. So it's been a lot. And, when I hear people, being in pain, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what I've been dealing with literally since a year after I had my gallbladder out. I started having edema, swollen legs, and knee and joint pain, and yeah, it's been interesting. And I had it out in 2001, so this is why I tell people, if I knew then what I know now, I would not have been so. And I can't say quick because I waited 5 years to try and you know, figure it out on my own, even with a chiropractor. And I was just tired of suffering after 5 years, so I had it out. But you just don't know what you don't know. And let's think of it this way too: in 2001, the internet is not like it is today. Lots more holistic information out there in terms of how you can help yourself. But we love our chiropractors, don't we?
Yes. Yes, I'm very grateful.
Yes, I know. Because you know where to go when you're literally out of alignment.
I know, and some people, don't believe in it, but you know what? If you've never tried it, don't form an opinion, you know, because you don't know. It may not be for everybody, but um trust me, the fact that I can get in my car normally and not have to get in slowly and then have sharp pain shooting up my back and like squinting and wincing, the fact that
I
I
know.
don't have
I
to do
know.
that um really has helped. And it doesn't help that I'm top heavy because I wish these boobaless would go, would just go away. Careful what you wish for. When I was
Yeah,
young,
I was going to say, careful what you wish for.
yes, because when I was young, I said, I want big boobies like Dolly Parton. Mm-hmm. And I got them, but I didn't get Dolly Parton's tiny little body.
Yeah, she does have a tiny little waist.
Yeah. And she's, what, 80 years old and just adorable. Oh, this is nice. The weather just popped up on my bottom screen and it says high winds in 2 hours.
Yay! Fun.
For how long? Oh, it's going to get up to 90 degrees.
Today, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then it's going to cool down after Tuesday and get in the 60s again.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know it was going to be, well, yeah, because see, over on in my neck of the woods, it says 85, and then tomorrow 80, Tuesday, and it's just gradually dropping. And then by the time I need to, venture out into the cold, cruel world on Thursday, it'll be 62.
Hmm. I'm all right with about the 70s, you know? So, so yeah. So moral of the story is don't wait. Like if you're in pain, don't suffer, don't try to self-soothe yourself because sometimes you just need a little help and it's amazing when you get that help. Like, holy cow, why didn't I do this sooner? So
Yeah.
I'll keep, people updated on how it's improving. But yeah, I knew that for me not to get my socks on, I was just like, oh hell no, I'm too young to not be able to do
I
this.
know.
Uh-uh, not happening. So,
No.
um, you want to go ahead and talk about Kelsey and Karen?
Yeah, so with Karen, I'll start with Karen. So just a couple, two short little updates with her. I don't know if anyone's following this, but the judge on overseeing this O'Keefe versus Reed civil case is Daniel O'Shea of Plymouth Superior Court in Massachusetts, and he seems to be more than a little frustrated with the lack of depositions getting completed. And of course, true to form, on the O'Keefe side, unfortunately, the shenanigans just keep continuing. And the attorney, Mark Diller, he'd rather complain and do like all this showboating. Gee, I wonder where that came from. And he actually has the nerve to accuse the defense team, Karen's team, of clickbait lawyering. And all I have to say to that is, can you say Darvo? And why can't Diller just pick up a phone and send an email like normal attorneys? Why does he have to be such a child and, work with the defense like a professional? And my humble, non-professional opinion is that he knows he's completely out of his depth, and I think he's very intimidated by the defense team, and he should be because they are amazing. Um, oh, and I guess in just this month, Karen Reed's attorneys were reportedly allowed access to the data from the cell phone from that former Massachusetts State Police trooper Michael Proctor. Oh my gosh, have you been watching that at all? Have you heard even just a little bit of what they pulled off this guy's cell phone records? It's beyond vile, and he's not the only one. There's many involved. I see. I don't think that they realized when they decided to plot and scheme that night when this tragedy first occurred, instead of just coming clean and facing the consequences of what they did that night, that it was going to literally destroy people's lives. And I'm just so sad for Karen and her family that they have been victimized this way with the legal system and continue to still be acquitted twice and still being dragged through the mud. It's lawfare, what they call, they just weaponize the law against her. Now, and that's a perfect segue for Kelsey Fitzsimmons, because she is returning to court to fight for custody of her child, and I hope she gets 100% custody of her baby back. And just like Karen, they're suing the parties that be, including the law enforcement. And I guess what I read was that Tim Bradle is Kelsey Fitzsimmons' attorney, and he sent a letter to the select board chair, Janice Phillip, and the town manager, Melissa Murphy Rodriguez, and I guess this was back in April 3rd. Oh, just this month. Okay. No, last month. Yeah, we're in May. Middle of May. And a little over a week after the judge acquitted Fitzsimmons of a felony assault charge, because I guess there's a time limit on if you're going to be filing a lawsuit against a public employer like the town of North Andover, they have to send what's known as a presentment letter before they're filing. And the letter must be sent within 2 years of the claimed injury. So I'll be keeping that and following that as it begins to progress. And I wanted to also recommend a book for pre-order. It's called Unreasonable Women, 3 Stories of Violence, Imprisonment, and Extraordinary Survival by Justine Vanderleun, Leun. Its release date is on June 2nd, and it talks about these types of situations where, women who were defending themselves against, not necessarily in Kelsey's situation, Karen's situation, but when women are defending themselves against intimate partner violence, they're the ones that were imprisoned. So I'm looking forward to reading that book, because I'm doing a deep dive into Darvo, how to recognize that, and also how to defend yourself. And I think we as society, along with the understanding coercive control, is a very good tool to help us identify these really bad actors with their behavior and the words that they say. And I think that's going to bring us into Betty Broderick passed away. In my humble opinion, she's the OG, first publicized victim of Darvo, because her ex and his new wife absolutely destroyed her mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. Of course, financial abuse, right? And him too used the legal system to continually just beat her down and destroy her. And I will never tell anybody that I agree with what she did in terms of what she did to her ex and his new wife. And with that being said, it also needs to be brought to the attention that people are brought to their absolute burning point by this continued assault on their mental health and their state, when people are constantly gaslighting them and trying to twist the reality and control them. And I think her life is an absolute cautionary tale. It's very tragic what happened to her. And Unfortunately, I'm not seeing a decline in intimate partner violence. I don't know about you. We seem to be hearing about this more and more.
Yeah.
All the more reason for us to, as women, get out there, speak up, stand out, talk to each other, provide as much information and support as we can. And I am looking into ways to help support women in these situations legally. But with the Betty Broderick story, it brought up a memory for you, so I don't want to skip over that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Um, I was living in the duplex with the kids. It's where we moved out away from him. And each of the kids had a key to the house, um, like on a lanyard. And I can't remember who, which kid, but it was missing. And I was like, what the heck? You lost the key? So I figured, okay, well, they still at least have the one key, right? And they come home in a pair anyway. So I didn't think anything of it until one day, Donor was picking them up, helping them pack, and he set his keys on the table. And my house key was distinctive because it was like not a bright gold, like a dull gold. And I look at it, happened to see his key ring, and I look and I was like, huh, that looks like my house key. So I tried it and I was like, it is. Okay, well, now we know where the missing house key went. So I took it off, the key ring, didn't say anything because I know how he is, and I didn't want to start an argument in front of the kids. And I can't remember how long after he noticed it, but he did, and had the nerve to call me up, screaming at me, "You took the key off my key ring. How dare you?" And I said, "You weren't given that key. How dare you? You are not on this lease. You have no rights to my place." "Yes, I do. Those are my kids." "No, you don't. You do not have rights to my house. And I have a neighbor right next door that's always home if there's ever an issue." So I took the other one's key away from them and got a keypad and said, "Do not ever give him the code." And they didn't. And he was not allowed to um uh, come come in when I wasn't there. And then I did not appreciate when he would send Flavor of the Week to pick up the kids, because I was like, one time I've never met this person. I sent him away and I said, if you think I'm letting my kids go with a stranger, no, this is his responsibility. I don't care what his reason is that he can't do it. This is his responsibility. He only gets them
Mm-hmm.
every other weekend. No. And he was pissed about that too. But you know what? The best thing I got was full custody of them because I had the control. And that's the one thing that he hated, that he didn't have control anymore, and tried his bullshit, um messing with me, like calling the police saying that um I was unfit and that, and they came and they checked out the place and the kids were fine, and they're like, "Your house is immaculate." And they're like, "We're getting sick of this. We're gonna have a talk with him because this is enough." He's wasting their time.
And I believe that's illegal to file a false police report. But see, that's the thing that this happens all the time. All the time. And now, and I think the thing that we were talking about Betty is that, and I don't know if you knew this or not, but Betty did have a key to Dan's house. And she did take it off her daughter's keychain. And she thought
Hmm.
she lost her key too. And
Hmm.
I believe that's what she used to get in the house, unless the door just happened to be unlocked at the time. I don't know. But that's what you don't know could happen if someone's got your house key, especially if they're estranged from you. You don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah. And like I watched there's two parts of the movie. Meredith Baxter Birney plays Betty Broderick, does an amazing job.
Yeah, she
And
does.
I watched the first part and I was like, I'm gonna watch the other part when I know I'm not tired. And she goes in and trashes the place. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
No, no, that's one thing
yeah,
I would never do. And um, I mean, like it says in the title, a woman scorned. Well, she was. I mean, she put him through law school and all that. And
yeah.
um,
She supported the whole family, supported him through law school, paid for
yeah,
everything. And then when he became successful, he literally just kicked her to the curb.
yeah,
I have a question for you. Who's the actress that plays Mel on Your Friends and Neighbors?
that's Amanda Peet because
She
she,
plays Betty.
yeah, Dirty John on
Yes.
on Lifetime. Yeah, that was a good
She
one.
was, I think that was even told even better. Like it went more into depth into that she had no financial assist. Like he literally used the system against her, the legal system and financial abuse. And of course, gaslighting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can watch that one. Um, so yeah, and I'm at least I'm not condoning what she did to taking them out. She did
No,
say she
no.
was going there to off herself in front of them, and I think Linda woke up and then she just panicked and then shot her and then shot him and then in the movie you see her calling her friend on the phone saying I shot the son of a bitch. Oh, and she also
Yeah,
drove through his front door when she
yeah,
got pissed off.
yeah.
Yeah, she was
And they
driving a
kept poking the bear.
Suburban.
And they kept
Those?
poking the bear.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't even like come to terms with with her to try and have some kind of a, and again, still not defending her actions. You also have to, just like they tell women all the time, they tell us to mediate all the time, do they not? Like look at what Kelsey's having to go through. She has to mediate with this guy who totally lied, had all these people behind him, darvoed her, and he was the abuser. And I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, so she did I think try to get parole and it never happened and she essentially
No, it wasn't. But that's the thing. He could have tried to mediate with her, is what I'm trying to say. He could have sat down, given her some money. She earned it. Just the fact that they were married and she put him through school and everything. And that just would have been the right thing to do. And maybe there could have been some kind of, and who knows? I mean, we don't know her, right? We don't know who she really was as a person. If that would have been enough to kind of alleviate her mental suffering or not, because she was still grieving the loss of that relationship. So I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know the answers to that. It's just it's a
yeah.
tragic situation all the way around.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And yeah, she was like what in her 80s, right?
Yeah,
So she's been in prison for God, how long has she been in prison? Like 30 something years or something? Wasn't she
yeah. Because
like
when was that?
in her 40s?
Yeah, but yeah, like when it comes to breakups, they're never easy, right? It's never going to be an ideal. No, she was 78. Never going to be an ideal situation, but people should try to avoid, and I did. I avoided conflict with the exes at all costs. I just didn't want to deal with it. And unfortunately for me, I also didn't get any child support from either of them. So I was completely and utterly on my own when it came to finances, because that was the other thing too. is that they want to use the finances. And I thought, I'm not going to fight this in court. I don't have the time. I'm a single mom, was homeless at the time in these, in these shelters trying to get by. And I did not have the time or the resources to take these guys to court for any kind of child support. And I thought, it's not worth my sanity and my time, effort, the little bit of money that I have. I was not put myself through that. So, yeah, it was not a good situation. But again, I just didn't want to deal with it. I wanted nothing to do with them at a certain point. Like, just go your own way.
Hey, that's a song by Fleetwood Mac. You can go your own way.
That's right. Go your own way.
Yeah. All right.
So, and then you wanted to talk about your cute little actor guy and his lofty and his lofty dreams.
Oh, but
To be
wait.
mayor.
Oh, yeah. Spencer Pratt. I've watched The Hills and The Hills reboot. And yeah, Spencer's been controversial, but since these fires, he lost his home, his parents lost their home, and his sister lost their home. And I don't live in California, so I don't know how bad it is, but I heard from Harvey Weinstein that I'm pretty sure it was him that a homeless person just trashed the shit out of his car. And he goes, "What can I do? Like, is she gonna get arrested or that?" And I was like, wow. And then I hear like people are defecating in like parking lots and that, and people are like,
Oh, you haven't even seen it. You need to go online and you need to go look at downtown LA. It looks like, I can't even say.
Skid Row.
It looks, oh, it's 1,000 times worse than you can possibly imagine. I mean, you would honestly think that there had been a war and there were refugees living on the streets, only they're all super high and just wandering around the streets, and they're shooting up on the corners and doing all that stuff. I just, excuse me. And I can't say it's because of this party or the other, because I'm sorry to say that neither party is impressing me at all. However, with that being said, there has definitely been a tremendous spiraling of the economy and everything with the prior, quote unquote, seated people, and how nobody sees it. It's like now everyone's up in arms about like all these things. It's like food's high, gas is high. Okay, well, where were you last time? Where were you the past 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 8 years? Where have you been? Like, oh my gosh. And then that, I feel sad for California. I really do. It was like, I think, I lived there for a very short time, and it was absolutely beautiful, but it is just an absolute den of depravity and just tragedy. It's so tragic that that's happening. So yeah, if I lived in California, I'd be out of there too. It's like, I wouldn't want to be mayor. I'd want to get out. But at least he's trying to do what he can to save it. You know what I mean? He's got,
Yeah.
like I said, he's got his lofty dream. He's got his lofty dreams.
Yeah, so Spencer Pratt, we don't live in California, and I'm not going to say unfortunately because and sorry if there's anyone in here that lives in California and enjoys it. I have visited it, and that was enough for me. I think Illinois is expensive, and I know California's worse. And the earthquakes, yeah, I don't think my anxiety could handle it. So California,
Yeah.
we add that to the list of places I will not live. And I'm not trying to
Mm-hmm.
yuck anyone's yum who lives in California,
No,
but
that's just your preference. Yeah.
yeah, I hope they can clean up,
Clean it up.
clean it
Yeah.
up, and these people can like move on and get their houses rebuilt or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
so good luck, Spencer.
Yeah, good luck. Hopefully you can clean out the office and clean up that horrible mess. If you do get in, you'd have to clean up. It would be
Yeah.
an uphill battle from day one.
And then I'm behind in doing recaps with my reality shows, which I'll probably do later today, and they'll be out Monday. And by the time you listen to this, they'll probably be out. So just with the back pain and not being able to sit at the computer and do
Yeah.
this. So, um, and
And let's touch
lastly,
really quick on our friends and neighbors.
yeah, yeah. James Marsden, if you're listening to this podcast, thank you. Would love you as a guest, and I love your character on Your Friend's a Neighbor. What a asset to add you. And I know you get killed off on series you've been on, so they better not do it, or there's gonna be um
They'll answer to her.
yeah. Yeah, I'm going to complain. Be like, that was the dumbest you could do. Because I've even heard interviews of Jon Hamm saying, yeah, Marsden's on fire with this. And I
Yeah.
see people
Yeah.
commenting saying, oh, and Ash, you're such a hot mess, and they love it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know
Right.
you weren't so fond of this past episode. But I want to see James Marsden. I want to see you more dancing because you're sexy when you dance.
That's all she cares about. Just dance.
And I'm going to be sad when the it's season finale is in June, and
Oh,
so I'm gonna have to watch Paradise. I haven't watched that yet, and
oh, it's really good. Yeah, you'll like it.
I'm watching movies of him in it, so I will always have my Marsden fix, and I may have to rewatch, Friends and Neighbors again just to have my Marsden fix. But when it's over, we're probably not going to get it again until April 2027.
I know, I know. And that's the other thing too. It's like, okay, so we've got 10, you're saying there's 10 episodes in this second
Yeah,
season, correct? Okay.
yeah.
And was there 10 last season?
Uh, I think so.
Well, that's something else that we wanted to touch on really quick because our time is ticking down very quickly. Is that we need more episodes? Okay, everybody listening out there in
Mm-hmm.
production and editing, we need at least 15 episodes, 12 at the very least. But at least it's not 6 or 8 like so many others out there that I want to chain them next time
Yeah.
with your piddly little offerings. Like people want to have a more in-depth series, more episodes. So yes, we're very excited. So do you want to go ahead and close out?
Yes. Gosh, I'm like all flustered because, Marston, he's my all pass. It's just so adorable. I'm sorry. And it's funny that I had AI have a picture of us together. So yeah,
Dare to dream.
yes, yes. Hope everyone has a good week. Um, like I said, the
And if you need self-care, you need to see a doctor, you need to see a chiropractor, don't wait. Go see them. You'll be happy that you did.
yes, because you don't want to aggravate it and make it worse. And I know
Right.
sometimes it gets worse before you, like some people have pain intolerance and some don't. I somewhat did until if I'm going to seek help that, oh, it's that time.
It's bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Exactly.
Oh, and having a TENS machine helps too.
Yep, got to have that. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us again.
Yeah, and we will I was gonna say see you, but we'll talk to you next week.
We'll chat later. Bye.
Bye.
We love our scrappy peeps. So thank you all for joining us and becoming part of our flock. So please like, subscribe, and share. And if you don't like us, unfortunately, yo mama. But if you do like us, we look forward to seeing you next time on Two Scrappy Chicks.